A very recent Snoop Dogg interview just made the rapper get investigated by the police, as Snoop was asked about Suge Knight's recent tweet of, and I quote, "This little guy is responsible for the passing of Tupac," as just a few days prior to that tweet, another tweet would reveal, "I've been quiet for too long. First month of 2024, I'll be announcing what's really going on with Tupac Shakur," making many believe that Suge Knight is revealing the truth through several Twitter accounts, as even Snoop Dogg also believes that theory, as when Snoop Dogg would give his response to all of the tweets, he would also go on to mention some breaking information.
You were with Tupac, though, in regards to Tupac. I heard a story, did you give him different advice that night on where to go?
I didn't give him no advice.
Right.
We wasn't seeing eye to eye.
Right.
So.
Saying during the Tyson.
Yeah, this incident that I'm explaining to you right now was the day before that.
Okay.
So when they got to Vegas, they went their way, I went back. I mean, when we got to LA, they went to Vegas and I went home. That's why I wasn't in the car with them.
As the police are investigating Snoop Dogg on why he didn't get into the vehicle with Tupac and Suge Knight when he was supposed to be there. If you know Snoop Dogg, you would know that he was heavily tapped into the streets in 1996. The police are questioning on, did he get a heads up that something was going to go down to Tupac and Suge Knight, as there really is no reason why he shouldn't have been inside of that vehicle with them, as the entire story of how Tupac Shakur passed really doesn't add up, as when you compare the evidence of him still being alive to the police records of his passing, there's a real mystery here, and let me explain. It all begins with a rapper named Treach. In 2010, Treach was interviewed on the topic of Tupac before his show. Treach and Tupac were very close friends way back in the day. They even worked on a few albums together as well, but here's where things get interesting. After Treach's interview, the cameraman forgot to stop recording. Placing his camera onto the floor, the interviewer would ask one last question to Treach about where and what happened to Tupac, to which Treach responds, "Last time I saw him, he was in Cuba."
So if you ain't ready for it, get on the sidewalk.
One last question. Nobody knows. Y'all good? Yeah, we good. Thanks a lot, man. We good.
Last time I saw him, he was in church.
As just 3 weeks later, a video would then be released to a news website showing a video of Tupac supposedly chilling in a parking lot inside of Cuba.
Zoom in. That's Pac, man. He with the outlaws. And Reg from Holla Back is trying to be friendly and get autographs. Holla Back exclusive, baby. Holla Back.
Suge Knight himself would also go on to provide evidence of Tupac still being alive, as he has stated many times that Tupac is alive and well. He has said so in so many interviews over the course of 2 decades now, as an interview from Suge Knight does make a very convincing case that he is still here. Tupac was allegedly doing fine in the hospital right before his passing, according to Suge, where Suge would state, "When I left that hospital, me and Tupac were laughing and joking. I don't see how someone can turn from doing well to doing bad."
When I left that hospital, me and Pac was laughing and joking. So I don't see how somebody can turn from doing well to doing bad.
So you seriously think that he might still be alive?
I'm gonna tell you this, Pac, you never know.
But what's weird about this is that Tupac, according to police files, was actually in a deep sleep when he was arriving to the hospital. So how would he and Suge Knight be laughing and joking if Tupac was allegedly sleeping? It doesn't seem to add up, but if you actually look at another interview from Suge Knight in 2008, over a decade before the TMZ interview, Suge said the exact same thing, that Tupac was alive and that he was well.
So he was conscious on the way to the hospital?
He was conscious on the way to the hospital. He was conscious in the ambulance. He was conscious after they did the surgery.
What was the last thing that he said to you?
They love me.
However, the concerning part was after the 2008 interview, Suge Knight almost lost his life at a nightclub when a man used a firearm in his direction 6 times. Suge Knight was hesitant to tell the police anything. He immediately knew that it was likely from him talking about Tupac in that public interview, as Suge Knight Jr., Suge's son, would also have a similar experience to his father. In 2018, Suge Knight Jr. would take it to Instagram to state that Tupac was alive and well, and that he was living in Malaysia. amnesia. And then right after Suge posted it, he would then post another photo to Instagram showing a text conversation where someone said to him, "You have said too much, it's now time for you to go." This is then when Suge Knight Jr. would begin panicking. He would start posting several photos of Tupac alongside modern day celebrities such as 50 Cent and Beyonce. He really made it seem like someone was going after him for leaking all of this info, as on the photo with Tupac and Beyonce, he captioned it, "He never left us, but they'll be after me soon." Some do believe that it was a publicity stunt for Suge Jr. to gain social media clout, but others believe that it was factual, and that Suge Jr. would be the one to know more about the case than anyone else in the world, considering his father was right at the scene of the crime and allegedly saw Tupac alive at the hospital. Now I need you to compare all of that evidence of him being alive to all of the police evidence that I'm about to share, and you tell me what you believe, as the police recently just arrested a man named Keefe D in connection to the crime.
For 27 years, the family of Tupac Shakur has been waiting for justice. We are here today to announce the arrest of 60-year-old Dwayne Keith Davis, aka Keefe D, of Tupac Shakur. Davis was arrested this morning by my LVMPD criminal apprehension team, and this investigation started on the night of September 7th, 1996. It has taken countless hours, really decades, of work by the men and women of our section to get to where we are today.
As on September 7th, 1996, Tupac was in Las Vegas with the head of his record label, Suge Knight. The two were off to the MGM Grand to watch a Mike Tyson match, as after it was over, they spotted an op in the lobby of the hotel.
Suge Knight and their entourage went to the Mike Tyson at the MGM Grand. Keefe D and his nephew, Orlando Lane Anderson, and two of their friends were also there. Keefe D told LAPD Detective Greg Kading more than a decade ago, in a proffer that couldn't be used against him, the shooting was retaliation after Tupac jumped Orlando and beat him up at the casino. Surveillance cameras recorded the fight. Tupac was angry that Lane had stolen his necklace years prior in Compton. Tupac, Suge Knight, and the entourage left the casino quickly.
Security would go and break up the altercation between Tupac, Suge Knight, and the ops. Tupac and Suge would then go back to their hotel to change their clothing and then head off to the Suge Knight Club at around 11 p.m. The two began heading to Suge Knight's club when things would then go down right in the middle of the street.
Knew about Tupac's concert at the Club 662. Members, including Orlando and Keefe D, jumped in their white Cadillac and started cruising the strip looking for the offender. Before long, they finally spotted Tupac's caravan. At the intersection of East Flamingo Boulevard and Koval Lane, the white Cadillac pulled alongside the black BMW with Suge on the driver and Tupac on the passenger seats. The back window of the Cadillac rolled twice in the chest, once in the arm, once in the thigh.
The aftermath of the incident has been a mystery ever since it happened. No one knows who did the crime, no one knows how many people were in the rival streetcar, and nobody knows why it happened. This was, however, all until recently, as the police investigated a concerning interview by a man named Keefe D on DJ Vlad's show. During the interview, Keefe D details the moments of finding Tupac and pulling up on him.
And Bubble Up was the driver, and Baby Lane and Freaky were in the back seat.
We was just all in the car together. Just say that.
This was the white Cadillac.
Yeah.
So you guys are driving around, and then you hear these girls say, "Tupac, Tupac."
Got to the light. We was gonna go drink, and he happened to be hanging out the window. He was hanging out the window like he was in a parade.
Tupac.
Yeah, he was.
So what happens next? You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat.
Now, these are very bold claims to make on a DJ Vlad interview. Vlad would want some more context as well as proof that this man named Keefe D is even telling the truth in this situation. Keefe D would then end up sharing a police interrogation video on the night of the crime, never before seen until now.
Lane starts. You say Suge looks over, he sees you. He looks right at you.
Yeah, he looks at me.
When he looks over at you, and then, Tupac's busy getting evidently, the story is Tupac's trying to either get out of the
back seat or something.
Yeah, what do you see happening inside of their car?
I seen him going Suge head. I thought he was.
So Orlando started across Dre?
He leaned over on the window, we rolled down the window.
as it would be this moment where DJ Vlad is absolutely surprised and he's even left speechless. Not only is Keefe D announcing that he was at the crime scene, but he also announced that he was inside of the car and even made eye contact with Suge Knight while it was going down. What Keefe D said next, however, was even more concerning, stating that the entire altercation started when Tupac was seen reaching for his firearm.
You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat, and you said that Tupac pulled out a...
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually...
No, once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
So someone from your car...
That's what happened.
Started at Tupac and Suge.
Then during the police's investigation, they were also able to find Keefe D's reaction to Tupac passing, which ends up showing his actual true emotion.
Yeah, I hate that happened, dog. You know, I really do, man. Because it took a lot of people's lives, dude. Hate that happen. Probably to God. I feel they should, you know, that was wrong, man. It was just wrong, purely wrong. You know what I'm saying? I wish it never happened. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion on it. It never happened, dude. You know what I'm saying? I lost my Colombian plug. You know what I'm saying? Been having the feds up for 15 years. Couldn't do nothing. Couldn't catch a break, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I did time behind.
However, this is where the story gets weird. Keefe D actually wrote an entire book on being involved in Tupac's passing titled Compton Street Legend, even hinting towards doing the crime several years ago. But why is he now just being arrested for this after decades of self-snitching? Fans believe that it's a cover-up as Tupac could still be alive, but what do you think down below?